Welcome to Growth School. It's always an amazing and phenomenal experience to be before your face every week, coming with different ideas that commit to your life growth, to your career growth, and to everything that relates to your fulfillment in life. And today we'll be having an amazing session of Growth School in which we are taking a third part series on our accelerated progress session. And today I have an amazing guest in the house. Interestingly, we had the privilege to finish from the same university, the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, and that's the school that makes a lot of phenomenal individual professionals that you have across the world. My guest is an agricultural professional with over decades of experience in the field of agriculture. He's a specialist in precision agriculture and drone technology, and he is dedicated to providing innovative agriculture services to farmers, to those who are willing to advance their farm produce by utilizing precision agriculture. And he had a first class bachelor's of degree in agriculture from the amazing, phenomenal Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, and also a master's degree in integrated pest management from Upper Adams University in the United Kingdom through the prestigious Commonwealth Scholarship, and it leads to successful enterprises in Nigeria. And is the founder of Integrated Area Precision, a drone and data technology service provider in the agricultural industry. He has received notable recognition for his immense contribution to the works that happening in the place of agriculture. He's a recipient of the prestigious Royal African Award 2022, bestowed upon him by His Imperial Majesty the Oni of Ife, Obaniton Ogunwusi II. He has also been honored with the African Plant Nutrition Institute APNI Precision Agriculture Young Scientist Award in 2022. In addition to the various work and qualification he has, he is a professional. He's a professional who has achieved a lot for himself, and he serves as the country representative of the International Society for Precision Agriculture in Nigeria. He is a committee member on the Netherlands Consulate Youth Advisory Committee, specifically in the thematic area of agriculture. He is the co-author of the best-selling book, Drone Professional 3. Through his expertise and passion, is driving Africa towards a better and more sustainable agricultural future. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Growth School, a phenomenal professional in the house, Femi Adekoya. You're welcome, Mr. Femi Adekoya. It's so delightful to have you here. All
Yeah,
right.
thank you so much for
Um,
having me.
so, as a means of starting, would you just want to share one or two things about yourself, which probably I didn't read in the bio, and one major thing that you want people to really know about you?
One major thing I want people to know about me.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. I think one major thing you should know about me is that yeah, I'm the flying farmer. and and I'm a strong believer in God. Okay, so I am what I am by the grace of God. So I mean, I think that's something I would like anybody to know about me.
Wow, that's phenomenal. I love that. Yes, I forgot that. So when you hear the flying farmer, you should know there's just one person who bears that name. It's Mr. Femi Adekoya. Now, on the concept of accelerated progress, I see this really playing out in your life and in the things that you do. Would you just want to share from your story, from the things that brought you this far, and from a couple of the things that you've experienced, and that have made you to arrive at this particular point in your life? I know you're still moving, you're still willing to make more progress in your life and do phenomenal things, but let's learn from your story, and then I just leave the floor for you to share in the next 20 minutes. Share with us about your journey, share with us about how the integrated area precision experience and journey has been, and what a lot of people can learn from this. You have the floor, sir.
Okay, that question, it seems open-ended, and I don't know where to start from. But if I would start from anywhere, I think it's actually necessary to actually start from where it all started. Why was the motivation behind integrated area precision? Why I start integrated area precision as a founder myself? Yeah, I've always been in the agricultural sector. I'm passionate and about the agriculture, and more particularly to seeing the benefits of agriculture to be food security. And I'm very also convinced about the place of technology in agriculture. So these are the drives that actually made me start integrated area precision. So, well, I got an opportunity through the Commonwealth Scholarship to the UK for my master's degree. And as a youth and somebody who is determined to actually, who has always seen the potential of technology to cause transformation, somebody who have paid attention to history, been able to see what happens at different times and different era when it comes to agriculture. I have read about the agricultural revolutions, more particularly the third agricultural revolution, and coupled with a mindset or an innovative mindset who is open to innovation and seeing how we can actually leverage these innovations to actually cause change. So yeah, while I was actually having my master's degree in integrated pest management or disease management, so I had the opportunity to actually. So I made up my mind. I think I need to say that I made up my mind that even before I left for Nigeria, I said I'm going to take every opportunity it requires to actually, build my capacity to actually grow, to actually build my skill, professional, career-wise, and personal. So because I believe that your capacity determines your value, or the value that is being offered to you. So yeah, while I don't actually have some specific, but while I got there, I had the opportunity to actually enroll for a drone training through my school, and yeah, boom. Although I had to pay, I had to stretch myself, some thousands of pounds, but I ensured that I got the skill, and with the conviction that I think this technology will make sense. I mean, at least it could actually be part of my CV or part of the skill I have. And trust me, at that time, when I enrolled, it wasn't like I had everything figured out, like this is what I'm going to be doing with this and that. Not necessarily. But I just had that conviction and inclination that this is actually technology. That at least let me have it. And so after finishing, so I'm combining my agricultural expertise and the technological skill that I've gotten with the use of drone technology. I saw the various potential. I saw the various potential of drone technology in agriculture, and I determined to come back to Nigeria and see how I can spearhead the innovation, see how I can cause a change and also make an impact with this technology. So, and that was how I got back in 2020, So yeah, we did a webinar, I think, in November, and yeah, that was how we started, or I started personally. Even integrated acquisition was not actually created then. So I thought, okay, yeah, now that this thing makes sense, I can see the acceptance, I can see, and I'm convinced that this will grow. So I put in. So integrated data acquisition was actually incorporated formally last year. So lot of so 2021 was just about learning the market, trying to build personal brand, trying to see how this work. So yeah, we got incorporated 2022. So we're in our second year, truly. So now, what are the things that I saw, or what are the impact I aim to actually make? What is actually the vision with this? There are a lot of problems in the agricultural sector. More particularly, somebody with a training, a master's degree in integrated pest management. That means I am a pest manager. I've been trained to actually manage pests, and I know the impact of pests and diseases in the agricultural landscape. And this is not from the books. This is actually from my personal experience. As a farmer myself, I've been in the sector even before going into drones for about seven years. I started 2012 actively, at the business. So doing things myself, trying to sell things, so I know the impact of pests and diseases. I remember in some time, I think in 2017 or 2018, when we planted maize, and Follow Me One finished almost all our investment. It's just sad how, and this is the reality of many farmers. It's just sad how we could, farmers can actually lose all of their investments, their labor, in time, in money, just by the wind, but just by the outbreak of something, or drought, or it's so delicate in the agricultural sector, particularly if you're in the production value chain. So that's actually motive. Okay, how can drones actually be able to solve these problems? Because and while farmers are also trying to protect their investments with agrochemicals, which are important, they are overly exposed to the side effect of inhaling these drugs, and their health is actually impacted. And of course, where is the labor? The labor is also is scarce commodity. Finding labor on your field to actually combat this pest. So yeah, so I thought, like, okay, drone technology is actually a very good tool to bring into the landscape. And for mapping, a lot of precision agriculture works generally. So this is actually some of my motivation, and born out of experience, born out of passion, and born out of knowledge. So yeah, we started, and of course, starting an highly capital intensive enterprise, because drones are relatively not cheap. And I wish I had all the money, but funding happens to be a problem. But that didn't stop me from actually progressing. I was doing my best, trying to consult, managing a farm, and and luckily for me, I was able to get some drones, even from the UK and down to Nigeria when I was coming. So that gave me at least a leverage to grow. Although that's not all I needed to run. To run the business, but we started somewhere, and I'm saying that fact is that we started somewhere, and here we are. It wasn't actually easy, and of course it's not yet easy right now. There are a lot of challenges, but we're waking up every day with conviction in our hearts that we're doing the right thing. We have several validation from testimonies from farmers, from the impact that we're making, from youth that we've trained, and the impact you are making truly. So that has actually been motivation. And earlier this year, we received a grant funding by through Orange Corners Incubation. Orange Corners Nigeria. So we received a grant funding of 40,000 euros. And yeah, we give glory to God with that. Yeah, it's not yet the end, but we still need more. But truly, every day you are actually crossing milestones. I'm not sure. I mean, if this hour actually narrated is like showing how difficult it is, but that's just the way it is. Yeah, but every day is a new day to expect goodness, to actually put in the work, believing in your dreams, and going for the vision that you have in your heart. I would say that God has placed in your heart. Either it might not come easy at first, you might not have all the resources at once, but as far as you can actually take steps, you are blind faith, you are actually moving, you are actually being motivated with the impact that you are actually creating. Yeah, you can be able to see tangible change. Yeah, tangible change. You want to actually ask me some questions?
Wow, that's really phenomenal, and I'm sure a lot of people right now will really dreaming big and have this desire to accomplish something great in their life. Like they would relate to that story and feel like, oh wow, so there were some points of challenges. So not that it just happened so easily. Because there are a lot of people that when they listen to your story, maybe when they don't listen to your story, and they just see a lot of the things you share and they see a lot of the amazing pictures. Oh, this guy is blowing, or this guy has gone far. Like people don't really want to hear the stories, and that's why many times the stories are really, really important. And I know there's someone who is encouraged, believing right now that despite their own challenges, they are still making headway towards the path of success. Now, I want to come to the place of mindset. I know studying in your undergraduate in a place like Abeokuta, which I also studied. In fact, I had both my master's and PhD also in FUNAB. And I know how that territory seems like. Like, how did you get to work on your mindset to the point whereby you now aspire to work towards Commonwealth Foundation? Because I know there were also people who had first class and feel like, these Commonwealth things, like it's for all those Oyibo, or maybe there's politics around it. So there would definitely be some sort of mindset you had, like you worked on your mind at certain level to be able to attain this height you've gotten to. You should have given up. You should have felt it's not necessary. Why should I push for it? Why should I push for something global when I could just remain here? And I knew there's a possibility that probably when you graduated, some people, maybe top people in the academic will say, why are you pursuing us? Come back and come and do. Just return back, come and do masters, come and become a lecturer. But you had this passion, you worked on your mind and all. So tell us about how you shaped your mindset into something global that made you responsible for the successes you have had in your life.
Okay, I think that's actually an interesting question. Truly, if I would date back after my graduation, 2015, going for service, service was actually the next year because we had to wait like 8 months before service. But my time was not wasted. I was actually doing my thing, farming and all that. So 2017, I think I was done with my service year. I think that was June or so. And I had the desire to actually further my degree. But I must confess to you, I had a very low self-esteem. I had, and this is what I mean. Of course, I graduated best out of my department. I'm a first-class product of the Federal University of Agriculture, of course, something we're proud about. But when you talk about mindset is very, very key. And that's so I was like, okay, people are applying for scholarship. you need to write. You write a lot of essay, write about yourself, write about why your convention. Number one, questions like that are not usually asked, or I wasn't in an environment where questions like, what's your purpose, why this, what's the strong convention behind this, things like that are not actually asked, but you just have to just follow the paradigm. I mean, just follow the norm. Just follow the norm and you'll be good, and that's, for you to actually have a first class may mean that you are actually very diligent to actually follow the rule, of course. So it's in the Nigerian education contest, it doesn't really mean how thought-provoking you are. You might have that potential, but the environment might not drill you in terms of critical thinking and all that. So and I think this is my first. Okay, am I still there? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Though it was
All
it
right.
paused a bit, but now we can hear you.
Yeah. So at that time I was struggling with there's a lot of essays, a lot of when I apply, thousands of people are applying. So how am I sure that I'm going to get a scholarship? I mean, this international opportunity. Oh, let's leave it. We will be where we are. Let's just do it local, Well, and again, to show you the hard interest, even during my service here, I tried to actually write GRE to actually study in the US. First of all, I was actually low in information, and this is why it is very important that and I'm very grateful and happy that many undergraduates, they are smart enough now to actually get information, perhaps because we live in a digital age or more information happening. So people know one or two things about scholarship, what they need to do and all that, but that time I was really not really exposed. Things were strange, and so I wrote my GRE at that time. Trust me, I actually had a low score that wasn't really par with the score I wanted to actually get. So it really dampened my spirit. And like, oh my God, after saving all my alawi all together to actually sit down for this examination. So it had a way. I wrote the exam in Lagos then. I felt like walking down home to Berger from Anthony. So yeah, I just thinking. So, but it just like that. So that was also had an impact. So I just like, well, I'm not sure. Maybe this thing is for me. Let's just manage what we have. Maybe people are doing masters in Nigeria. So I started masters 2018. I started masters. So yeah, in FNAP, I did. I picked up the form. I did my first year. But when it got to later part of 2018 or 2019. Okay, last part, let's say December or November, I just had this conviction like, no man, no, I'm bright, I'm better. I mean, look at this guy, I'm better than you. I'm better than you, that kind of challenge that you have. And if there is something that reversely motivates me, I don't know how to put that, but seeing people that you are talented than, seeing people who that you are better than, in your own estimation, doing well, it gives you that impetus to say you can go for it. What are you doing? And that was how I actually had that conviction, and coupled with God's word and believe that I know that this thing belongs to me, I can be better. So, and I had a guy who came back from the Commonwealth Scholarship in Aberdeen. His name is Adams, and I am very delighted to mention his name. So he came back. He was also a Funabite, finished from soil science. He was also a first class student. He was on the Commonwealth Scholarship and at Aberdeen University. And when he came back, he looked at me and said, "Femi, this is your farm. You are doing very well." I'm doing very well because I was doing good. Trust me. The first irrigation farm in Funab, I actually had it. Drip irrigation. Yeah, so my passion was there, but I'm like, He told me like, you can apply for this thing. I said, I can apply. Okay, no wahala now. At least you are a Commonwealth scholar. You're telling me I can apply, and you are telling me that I'm a right candidate. No wahala now. I will apply for this one. That gave me, so that's the beginning of the change of mindset, from seeing people like you are better than, and like, from your estimation, you need to, like, that was just a mind shift. And he not only did that, like, I saw what he wrote for the Commonwealth, and I'm like, this is what you guys wrote, and like, forget about it. And that was just how I made effort. That year I applied to about 8 schools. Got a lot of rejections, but the first feedback that came was actually a success. So other ones were just like, let's wait for them. And yeah, it was my first attempt. All of the other attempts were just attempts. Like, I won't finish it. Well, I'm not doing this. I'm not sure this is for me. Those kind of things. So yeah, and that was how I became a Commonwealth scholar. And that was how I won, the battlefield of the mind. And yeah, I was able to get it. So that was how the global mindset started. Of course.
Wow, this is really phenomenal. Like, I love the way you just put in the story. So it really means that people do not really attain a level of success by emergency. There is that place of effort. So it's not
Mhm.
emergency. There's a place of effort. And I love the fact that you mentioned that even sometimes you need to listen to people, you need to be exposed to positive minded people if you really want to achieve certain results and you want to begin to change your mindset. So don't be fixated by where you're from, because there's always a better place to be. Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. Now, I want to come back. I haven't talked about mindsets. Can you share with us on the role of mentorship in your successes? Like, were there places where mentorship played a role, and how did these actually affect or really support the success you achieved in life? I knew, okay, I'm thinking in my mind right now that, oh, you didn't get to the UK, and then you were like, oh, I would only dwell with my Nigerian people. This is where I'm used to. There was that place of mentorship in terms of meeting global minded people, the things they told you, and then the things they exposed you to. Because there are people who are thinking right now that, oh, Japa is a thing. It's good to Japa, but what do you want to achieve with the Japa? So that's the question. So the role of mentorship and global mindedness in achieving success. So let's hear from you, sir.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm a person who believe in mentorship. I so much believe in mentorship. I so much believe in mentorship. I can trace many of my success as an adult to mentorship. Um, yeah, I'm actually who I am, and I'm molded by the influence of men. I was actually explaining how Adams came back from the UK and actually inspired me, and he mentored me, like he guided me, reviewed my essay, tried to help me with my story. Yeah, it is actually a mentorship. And even while studying, either abroad or down in back home, I've always, at every point of my life, I actually have people I need to resort to. Please, you have done this before. What's your thoughts? What's the motivation? What's the mindset like? What should I be looking at? Because there is a winning way. I always believe there's a winning way. And for you to know the winning way, it's easy for you to just ask people who have passed through that way. So what were the things that learned on the journey? So I mean, it is actually from actually graduating from, I mean, my master's degree. I did exceptionally well also, to returning back home and starting an entrepreneur life. I remembered, even at the time, even before traveling, I remembered I I I I stalked a man which I really admire. Then in consulting, agricultural consulting, it was a pack of knowledge, and I like, wow, I'm liking this career. And somebody who is able to share its knowledge and all that. I mean, coming back, even a lot of wins that I have, say my the grants that we won, the Orange Corners program. I mean, it wasn't actually done alone. I had a lot of people I need to speak to. How do you pitch for grants? How do you present your pitch deck? How do you, in this program, what are the things I need to know? How do I, communicate? What do I need to pay attention to so that I can win? Because if you don't pay attention to winning, I mean, it's just like they said, in these 20 people, only 5 people are going to win this award. At the beginning, and you are okay, and you have so time to actually get to achieve this. I mean, what I need to ask myself is, what do I need to win? Because even the Bible says, no, that all run, but won't win the prize. So I need to know how to win the prize. I need to actually know how to maximize my life. And that is why I actually started my academy, that's Precision Feed Academy. And one of the core methodology that we have is mentorship and coaching, because the life does not come giving you a roadmap already, like a map. Okay, this is where you're going to pass. You need to figure it out, and part of figuring it out is through mentorship, through reaching out to people who are actually gone ahead of you. Either they are younger than you or they are older than you, it doesn't really matter. What matters is, do they have the knowledge to actually liberate you? Do they have the knowledge to actually change your mindset? Do they have the knowledge to inspire you? And they have the experience, so that is actually very, very key. Yeah.
Wow, I love the fact that you mentioned something very profound in the latter part of your statement, which is the fact that mentorship is not a function of age, it's a function of experience and the right knowledge to help you navigate through your vision. All right, thank you so much. So I think Mr. Femi Adekoya will be leaving us in about 5 minutes, but I want him to answer this question and just answer them together. Now, the first question is, like one who are positioned for global opportunity, what counsel do you have for young people who are really pursuing global opportunity earnestly? And secondly, with one who have had global experience outside Nigeria, why are you considering Nigeria right now? All right, so just do well to answer that question shortly.
Okay,
Then
so
I'll
how to
just
what
add
to
my
know?
wrap up.
Yeah, your question.
Yes.
First question
So,
is
what
what
do
to
young
know.
people need to know in order to position for global opportunity? And secondly, why are you considering Nigeria right now?
Okay. So what do you need to know to position for global opportunities? Positioning is very, very key in life generally. So global opportunities, you need to actually define what opportunities you're looking for. But generally speaking, we are now in a global village, which is true. And what that means is, opportunities are actually mostly everywhere. But the question is, the opportunities are fitted for those who are suited for it. Okay, so that makes that opportunity looks like it's limited. Now, it's a global village, it's a global world that we have similar challenges. Okay, so what I'm saying is that, are you a problem solver? You need to position yourself as a problem solver, somebody who is passionate about a problem. You need to express that. You need to stand for something. Okay, you need to stand for something, and you need to believe in that. So, and then opportunities in that line, in that course. Okay, opportunity come in a course of, like, for what course? Okay, that's the question. For what course do you need this opportunity? So, is it maybe child mortality? Is it climate change? Is it agricultural problems? Is it food security? Is it you need to have a cause. Are you fighting? I mean, are you advocating for the youth? Have you seen a problem that people are not talking about, but you are passionate about, and you are actually big on that? You need to actually make the problem. I mean, it's opportunities are actually there to actually solve problems. Opportunities are not necessarily global opportunities are not for enjoyment in code, but for to build you to shape you into the person that you need to be. I mean, to solve the problem. So that is actually one thing I would need you to know. You need to actually stand for a cause and be ready to actually make a change to that. Number two, which is the second question, why Nigeria presently? So as somebody with global mindset, um, I consider myself as a global citizen, and wherever I am, I'm making impact everywhere. I can be in any part of Africa tomorrow. I can be in Washington DC tomorrow. I can be in New York tomorrow. I can be everywhere because my perception about myself is that I don't want to be with borders. I have a solution to the world. So it doesn't mean where I come from or where I live. But the question more particularly is that from Nigeria, I believe that I can solve problems that will announce me to the part of the world. It is. I'm not here to actually preach to you about staying back in Nigeria. Of course, I'm not doing that. But if you have a global mindset, you would always see every opportunity in every wherever you are to and act, as a global citizen, as somebody who has the capacity to actually influence solution. So yeah, I'm in Nigeria. I have a startup. I am making impact, and my impact is not just only in Nigeria, across Africa, across the world. I'm being known, I'm being recognized. So why Nigeria again? I think you have your answer.
All right, that's phenomenal. Thank you so much for that question. I really want to appreciate you for choosing to do this with us. I know you need to attend another engagement right now. But finally, before I leave you, I have a question that would be like a setup. So let's assume you see your 10 years old self with the experiences you have right now. What will you tell the 10 years old Femi Adekoya?
Everything's going to be all right. Keep working in God's will and enjoy life as it comes. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would tell myself, my 10 years old self. Yeah, keep working in God's will and enjoy life as it comes. Yeah, we'll be there.
Thank you so much, the Flying Farmer. It's a great privilege and honor to do this with you. I know a lot of people don't know how humble this man is. Yes, yet highly respected and highly successful. Thank you so much for choosing to do this with me tonight on Growth School. We wish you all the very best in your endeavor, and we look forward to a more engaging time when you would have really more expanded view on the things that you have shared with us tonight. So I would send a chat to you after now. I leave you for your next meeting and I
Thank you so
celebrate
much.
you.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, everyone. That's an amazing time with the Flying Farmer Femi Adekoya, the founder of the Integrated Area Precision Organization. And I hope you really learned a lot on the concept of mindset, the concept of mentorship, the concept of global mindedness, and the ability to be able to take risks and be willing to put in effort, even though it seems like you may not really have a chance. Take all of these lessons, use them, and transform your life with them as you begin to journey. Please do well to share this video with your friends, share across all platforms, share on your WhatsApp status, chat up a friend, and just give them a gift of the link of this video. And also do well to subscribe if you have not, so you can always get informed whenever we have a new video or a new session. Turn on the notification bell also, and then you will get all of the privileges available on this channel. I remain your host always, and remember, as you journey in life, it will not be your fault where you're from, but it will be your fault where you choose to end. Till I come your way again next week with another phenomenal session and topic, keep remaining phenomenal and make the rest of your life the best of your life. Cheers.